On Osrc News at 7, Igoba community residents cry for government intervention as demolition of houses render many in anguish. APC National Chairman Ganduje reassures Nigerians that Tinubu administration is strengthening democracy. Court remands man accused of cutting off wife's hand as Enugu governor's wife insists justice will prevail. And from the foreign scene, 56 people died during air attack in Sudan. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on the news at 7 on OSRC television. My name is Oyewumi Ayinigbara. Resurgence of fatal farmers' herders clashes in Ondo State has become a disturbing issue for residents, with 5 men brutally murdered in a single day, allegedly by suspected herdsmen. The fate of farmers and government efforts to curb this menace remains major concerns for the people. Omoriola Umbeji sought the opinions of farmers and security experts on measures to tackle the crisis. We'll bring you the report on the course of the news. National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, says the Tinubu administration is committed to strengthening democracy. Ganduje also reassured Nigerians of the president's commitment to tackling the country's challenges with determination and a sense of purpose. The APC chairman stated this during the launch of a book titled 100 Years of Political Party Evolution in Nigeria, organized by the Inter-Party Advisory Council in Abuja. The event brought together key political stakeholders, scholars, and policymakers to reflect on the evolution of political parties over the last century and their impact on Nigeria's governance structure. While delivering his keynote address, Ganduje, who was represented by the Director of Election Management of the APC, Malam Tasiu Mohammed, emphasized that the Tinubu administration is focused on navigating the country through economic and political difficulties. The chairman at Ajayi Crowther University, Oyo Governing Council, Dr. Olutoyin Okeowo, has called on the federal government to review the list of the beneficiaries of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund by including private universities in the list. Okeowo made a call earlier today during the opening of the Modupe Okeowo and Abiodun Ayonlaja Senate building. He stated that running a university requires considerable resources, saying that the Ajayi Crowther University's successes are a product of support it received from well-meaning individuals and organizations. The federal government, through the Rural Electrification Agency, has advanced the implementation of the Africa Mini-Grids program. The efforts was made known at the Africa Mini-Grids Program Grant Award ceremony in Abuja. The event marked the official unveiling of the delivery and deployment of 23 new mini-grids across 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. These mini-grids are set to enhance electricity access in undeserved rural communities, contributing to sustainable energy solutions and improving the quality of life for countless Nigerians. A statement by the Global Environment Facility earlier today noted that the initiative, which became active in 21 countries in 2022, is being funded by the facility and supported by the United Nations Development Programme in Nigeria. On health, to prevent the spread of cholera outbreak in its locality, Chairman of Bomadi Local Government Area, Delta State, Rollins Adayi, has distributed free drugs to all primary healthcare centers across the country area. Council area, the Supervisory Councillor for Health, Adaka Amaneye, while distributing the drugs allocated to Bankiama Primary Healthcare Center to various health facilities in the creek, emphasized the need. The local government provided the medications free of charge to all primary health care facilities in the council area. According to him, the council boards had deemed its expedient to curb the spread of the disease by swiftly swinging into action even before any recorded case in the local government. He emphasized that the cancer boards ordered free treatment for patients in all the healthcare facilities in case of any emergency arising from the disease. In the meantime, the Association of Resident Doctors, ARD, Federal Teaching Hospital, Lokoja, has renewed its plea to President Bola Tinubu and the Minister of Health, Professor Ali Pate, to investigate the worsening conditions of the hospital, warning that it risks total collapse. During a peaceful protest held at the hospital, Dr. Olushola Bauku, the immediate past chairman of ARD, revealed that the hospital's doctor count had plummeted from 315 to just 43 due to poor work conditions. Bauku described the hospital as a slave camp under the leadership of the Chief Medical Director, CMD, Dr. Olatunde Alabi, highlighting issues such as temporary contracts renewed every 2 months, lack of pensions, hazard allowances, and non-functional medical facilities. He lamented the hospital's inability to treat emergencies, citing the death of a hospital staff member due to power outages. You're still watching Osrc News at 7. After the break, court remands man accused of cutting off wife hand as Enugu governor's wife insists justice would prevail. Please join us. Thank you very much for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. Crisis is gradually brewing in Igoba community over disputed plot of land in the Alnel axis of the town following demolition of ongoing buildings in the area. Affected individuals have issued a save as so plea to the government for an intervention. OSRC's Saeed Aribisala has more. We'll bring you the report shortly. Mr. Sunday Echeji, accused of cutting off his wife's hand in a shocking act of domestic violence, has been arraigned before the Chief Magistrate Court 1 in Enugu. Enechi faces charges of attempted murder. The incident, which occurred in Ogogede village in Bagwa Agu, Nsukka local government area, sparked widespread outrage across the state. Due to the severity of the charges, the Chief Magistrate Court transferred the case of the State Department of Public Prosecution, citing lack of jurisdiction. Enechi has been remanded at the Enugu State Correctional Center pending his trial at the State High Court, according to a statement issued earlier today by the Office of the First Lady of Enugu State. In the statement, the First Lady said she had been closely monitoring the case, reaffirming the administration's commitment to ending violence against women. And now to the foreign scene. At least 56 people have been killed in Sudan after artillery shelling and air attacks on the vegetable market in Omdurman. The health ministry said at least 158 people were also wounded in today's attack that was blamed on the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces RSF. Khalid Al-Alesser, Minister of Culture and Government spokesperson, condemned the attack, saying the casualties included many women and children. He said the attack caused widespread destruction. Witnesses said the artillery shelling came from western Omdurman, where the RSF remains in control and was supported by drones. We'll go on a short break. When we return, we'll bring you more stories. Please stay. Thank you very much for rejoining us. Now we move to a Goba land story, and we told you we're going to bring you the report. So now crisis is gradually brewing in a Goba community over disputed plots of land in the Aleo axis of the town, following demolition of ongoing buildings in the area. Affected individuals have issued a save our soul plea to the government for an intervention. Osrc Said Arabisala tells us more.
United in pain, these individuals are left to count their losses following the Thursday, January 30th demolition exercise at Muferuri, Aleo Igoba in Akure North local government that left several ongoing building constructions rendered to rubbles.
Nobody tell me that they have their maybe they are dragging anything on the land. So I bought the land direct from the family. So, and I get like over 3,000 blocks here. So they wasted everything. I'm confused because I've spent a lot of money here, so millions of naira.
I called the Mr. Banjo that said this place for me. Say, this is what is happening. He said I should hold on. Say, I should come and meet him. Say, these people are not supposed to be coming here because they are collecting judgment from the court or something like that. I went to the man, I collect the judgment. Then when I see the judgment, the two judgments and the court, what call it? There's one called fundamental rights. Then when I collect it, I take it to my lawyer. Then the lawyer say, with this one, I can go and do my work. Then immediately the second day that I said my people to come, and that was the day before, I think day before yesterday or on Wednesday, I think on Wednesday. This work here, then the second day on Thursday. I just said this morning, they are working, we are working. This will just come, drive their caterpillar car. We are in that's window levels since 2020,
The affected builders alleged that their properties were destroyed by individuals sponsored by the Elemo family and aided by police officers from Zone 17.
It was sudden that the day before yesterday they came with caterpillar and with police from IG office and AIG office and with some group of thugs that this other set of people, they claim that they won from the court, and I wanted to tell them to show me the warrant that they gave them to come and demolish things and the court order, but they couldn't provide it. But suddenly this Shehu and Lope and his troop, they just ran to me and collect my set and gave me knock in my eyes directly so that they will be able to collect the set. Up to now, and with their evil tigers on my eyes.
The disputed landed area within the Guba community has resulted in court cases between one Mujisade and Elemo family, with one party laying claims that a case is pending at the Supreme Court over the land.
Come here. Can't destroy my foundation there. So for past 6 hours, this is my phone. Appeal. On give judgment. Tawari to wa lọ́wọ́ wa nu ṣe on give pé family land remain family land. Ipe tó bá jẹ́ pé kíni kan lọ pín. Ẹni tó bá lè family àwọn tó bá yẹ kó ní beneficiary ńbẹ̀ wọ́n ní. Ìyá mi jẹ́ ìkan lára àwọn tí ó nílẹ̀ Olúwamáyédè. Ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ jẹ́ ìkan lára wọn, but màmá mi ti late. Kì í ṣe lẹ́mọ lónìí bíbá yìí pé Olúwamáyédè ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ supreme. Ó ti wà ń supreme. Instead tó yẹ kó àwọn náà fúnra wọn kán reply, kán answer. Wọn answer ju pé everyday náà kó ọlọ́pàá wá sí bíbá yìí.
The affected individuals staged a demonstration round the community, including to the house of one of the persons alleged to be spearheading the demolition.
Bulldozer wá ṣebí wọ́n wà ń bí nígbà tí a ní tó nìkan gbé bulldozer wá pẹ̀lú gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì pẹ̀lú gbogbo wọn pẹ̀lú àwọn ọlọ́pàá Zone 17 gbogbo wọn wá ṣebí wọ́n wà kán tẹ̀ tí bí ojú wọn náà fi bulldozer ń wó ilé wọn.
The people, including the monarch of Igoba, Oba Adeniyi Adilewa, issued a Save Our Soul message seeking government intervention over the matter. Reacting to the outcry, the head of the Elemo family, Peter Akomolafe, alleged to be carrying out the demolition, said the actions were in line with an appeal court judgment.
To Abuja since 2021-22. He has not done anything. And we have since gone to Abuja, we have seen that he has not done anything, and we have our lawyer has written a motion to the Supreme Court that because he's supposed to do it within 3 months. So it's now 3 years, he has not done it, that they should strike it off.
The federal government of Nigeria, through the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, recently lamented the housing deficit in Nigeria, which is about 20 million. The minister said it would require the federal government to provide 500,000 housing units to bridge the gap. While the federal government continues strategizing, some Nigerians with big dreams, like here in Igoba, Ondo State, have made an effort to put a roof above their head. But that dream has now been cut short with the demolition, and they are calling for an urgent intervention to save the day. Sahira Ribisala, Osrc News.
And also the full reports on farmers and herders. We told you earlier the resurgence of fatal farmers-herders clashes in Ondo State has become a disturbing issue for residents, with 5 men brutally murdered in a single day, allegedly by suspected herdsmen. The fates of farmers and government efforts to curb this menace remain major concerns for the people. On Morning Online, we just saw the opinions of farmers and security experts on measures to tackle the crisis.
One of Nigeria's most persistent security challenges is the conflict between farmers and herders, which has led to the loss of lives and the destruction of farm produce on a large scale. Ondo State, an agrarian hub, has not been spared as farmers continue to fall victims on their farmlands. In response, the Ondo State government established a Amotekun Corps to work alongside other security agencies in tackling the menace. For a while, residents had a sense of security. However, the killings have resurfaced in recent times. In just 1 week in August 2024, 2 farmers, Joshua Gbadamosi from Ifira Akoko and Sunday Ayeni from Ubaka Akoko, were gruesomely murdered by suspected herdsmen. While security agencies and the Ondo State government were still investigating the incidents, another strategy struck as 5 able-bodied farmers were allegedly killed on their farmlands by herders. These alarming incidents, according to representatives of farmers in Ondo State, have instilled fear among the people. The chairman of the Ondo State Agricultural Commodity Association, Abiodun Adejo, confirmed that farmers are now abandoning their farms as herders, accompanied by hundreds of cows, invade their lands and kill at will.
Many of the farmers who have farms, real farms, that is cocoa, cassava and cocoa, they have abandoned the place because of this fear of these herder killers that is terrorizing that area daily. So I hope with this happening now, the government should please try as much as possible to make sure that they do something very pragmatic in a way to make sure that farmers are not being driven away from their farms, because we had food shortage last year. If anybody that is on those things, we know that there was a time we were having problem, that is food was scarce. In fact, somebody came and said the cost of food item in Ondo State is higher than any other neighboring state. And why? Because many of our farmers ran away from the farm because of the fear of being killed or being maimed by these people. And I'm sure Ondo State, the governor now is aware of the whole thing, and I'm sure he's on top of the matter. I think he will do something very, very urgently to bring confidence to the farmers to move to the farm.
While commending the state government's efforts in tackling criminal elements, Mr. Adijo urged security agencies to adopt strategic measures to better protect farmers. Security consultant Yemi Adeyemi lamented the resurgence of these violent attacks, suggested the establishment of police divisional headquarters in all flashpoint zones across the state to strengthen security.
The civilians know those people, but they are afraid of giving security agent information. So one, we need those local hunters in that area. Local hunters will work with all the security agency. The local hunter, they are the one on the ground in that area. The commissioner of police is not there. There is no divisional headquarters in that area. So those vigilantes, it's what the security will liaise with, work in harmony, work hand to hand to give information to the security agency. So if security agents have information to work on, that is where they can solve this problem. The civilian, the security hunter, and the indigenous have a lot to do. Because one, they know these people, they are becoming there, they know them, but they are afraid to give information out. And information is power.
Meanwhile, security agencies, including the state-owned Amotekun Corps, have reassured residents of their safety, urging citizens to provide timely information to assist in securing the state. Omoriola Humbiji, Osrc News.
And now the US President Donald Trump has announced he is considering imposing an additional 10% tariff on Chinese imports. This comes as it prepares to implement a 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico starting Saturday, and a move that could disrupt hundreds of billions of dollars in trade. Saeed Aribisala has more on the story.
In Beijing, at the Temple of Health, hundreds celebrate the beginning of the Year of the Snake, sharing their hopes for the new year.
Indeed, the economy was difficult, but we can't give up hope. We should be optimistic about the future.
As people wish for easier times ahead, the new year begins in suspense as US President Donald Trump considers additional tariffs on goods from China.
How much will the
We're thinking about that too. We're talking about a tariff of 10% on China based on the fact that they're sending fentanyl to Mexico and Canada.
In response, China's government says it has supported US efforts to combat the opioid crisis and is one of the toughest countries in the world on combating narcotics. On the campaign trail, Trump tugged tough on China, flagging import taxes of 60% on Chinese goods. But since entering office, Trump appears to have toned down such rhetorics.
In the short term, it seems like a positive sign, but we're still not sure how it will lead to in the medium and longer time, because it is still quite unpredictable, difficult to predict, Trump's next move. But the bottom line, as soon as the tariffs increase, it will be very difficult to reverse.
The White House says the tariffs could begin as early as this week.
China-US Economic Trade Cooperation is mutually beneficial and a win-win. There are no winners in trade wars and tariff wars.
China's government says differences should be worked out with dialogue, not tariffs. Weak domestic spending is a persistent concern for China, as is a property sector crisis and high local government debt. At the moment, exports are a bright spot for the economy. But the new year begins with a degree of uncertainty as the world waits for President Trump's next move. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News.
France has officially handed over its last military base in Chad, ending decades of defense cooperation between the two nations. This move follows similar withdrawals from Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger during France's military footprint in the Sahel. Chad had remained a key strategic ally for France, but the transition signals a broader shift in regional security dynamics. The handover ceremony took place in the capital, N'Djamena, amid growing calls for African nations to assert greater military independence. Aderunke Kolawole completes the story.
The end of an era as the French flag is lowered at the Osrc military base in the capital and the raising of the Chadian flag at the former French military base. The key is handed over to Charles Amici.
French forces have ended their work. Now Chad and its forces are in control. Our forces are capable of guarding our territorial integrity.
It marks the end of nearly 7 decades of French military presence in its former colony on the wider Sahel.
The transfer of Osrc marks a new dawn and is in line with France's determination to close permanently bases in Central and West Africa. These changes are important to adjust to new realities in the world and Africa.
In November last year, President Mohamed Idriss Deby asked the French to leave by the end of January. The former colonial power asked for an extension, but Germany rejected. A month ago, a base in Fire was handed over to Chadian forces. Weeks later, another in Aperture was taken over by Chadian forces. The Osrc base is the last return to Chad. Although the departure could bleed a void, analysts say it will be filled quickly by the battered ardent Chadian soldiers. Adirunke Kolawole, Osrc News.
And with that, we conclude the news tonight. But before we go, a quick look at the top stories. We told you that Igboba community residents have issued a save as so plea to the government for an intervention as demolition of houses rendered many in anguish. APC National Chairman Abdullahi Ganduje has reassured Nigerians that Tinubu administration is strengthening democracy. We also told you that court has remanded a man, Echeji Sunday, accused of cutting off his wife's hand as Enugu governor's wife insists that justice must prevail. And from the foreign scene, we told you that 50 people died during air attack in Sudan. And that's the news tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Good evening.